Thank you.
Hi, Tiana.
Hello, hello.
I just want to say I'm thrilled everyone's here for what we're calling our letter bomb.
That's right.
American Idiot opened on Broadway on 4/20/2010, and Stark and I wanted to do a reunion concert on our 10-year anniversary, which was 4/20/2020. And we thought that given the givens of what the last 4 years have been, that our concert should benefit Swing Left, who contributed in such a profound way to the midterm elections in 2018. But then came the pandemic, so the concert was off. And just for my part, one of the very few things that got me through the early days of the pandemic and continues to fortify me is writing letters for Swing Left to get to those voters in swing states that can really make a difference. So we thought, Stark and I, why not do a giant letter writing party with our casts? You know, it would Broadway, national tours, international tours, all of those guys get together and we all write letters together and do one big final push before the big send, which is tomorrow. These are just some of the letters I've written that I'm going to mail. See, they all have their stamps on them. So I'm ready, and I'm going to write more tonight with everybody.
Me too. The thing about American Idiot was when the album was written, it was a response to the Bush administration. And it was at a time when there was a lot of strife in the country. And when the Broadway musical came out, it was not the same time. It was a different time. The musical exists in this little sort of limbo bubble. And unfortunately, after we closed the musical, things changed again. And to me, the musical is even more relevant now than it was when we were performing it every day. I'm so grateful to Swing Left for everything they do and all of you who write these letters. To me, the letters feel really good to write because I love that each voter that I adopt and each letter I write, they're only going to get this letter from me. That's it. So I love the responsibility of possibly being the thing that gets the person out of their house and going to the polls. So I'm going to be writing letters all night. I encourage you to do the same thing. Keep writing them when we're done. Write them all night, and then I will see you at the post office tomorrow.
Thank you, Michael and Stark. So excited to continue writing letters with you tonight. And before we get started with training, I want to introduce Billy Joe Armstrong. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is Billy Joe from Green Day. And if you didn't know, Green Day made a record called American Idiot, which inspired the musical that I worked on with Michael Mayer called American Idiot, and it's about the George Bush administration. Now he led us into a fictitious war and also contributed to the culture war that we currently live in right now. So we have a different idiot altogether that's in the White House, which we all know is really divided our country in ways that we never thought or could imagine. But I just want to say thank you for putting in the work to help ensure that as many progressives go out and vote as possible. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really hopeful, but you have to keep your foot on the neck of the Trump establishment. So thank you for everything that you guys are doing. And also want to say thanks to Michael Mayer for collaborating with me on this show and for gathering us all here for this incredibly important cause. So write some goddamn letters.
Thank you, Billy Joe. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let's get to it. Today, I am here to show you how to write letters to low propensity and underrepresented voters for the upcoming election. We want you to encourage them to vote. A little bit about Vote Forward's Big Send taking place tomorrow, October 17th. we created this big goal of 10 million letters to send out. We surpassed it. So we are amping up that goal to 15 million, and we surpassed that as well. So you are here today to give us a final big push towards that goal of maybe 17 million. I think we can get there. Today, I am joined by Alex Boniello, and he is going to help me show you how to write letters. How are you, Alex?
I'm doing well. And for the sake of this, let's just hypothetically pretend like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Amazing.
It's all pretend. I definitely know what I'm doing, but let's just, to set an example, we'll pretend yes.
Yes, as actors do best. Let's just get to it, shall we?
Yes.
All right, so here is our deck, and let's get started. How to write letters to voters. Do you like that artwork? It looks pretty good.
I've seen it before.
I haven't. That's so weird. Why we write letters. 3 main reasons. First and foremost, to encourage folks who might not otherwise vote to create unprecedented turnout in the upcoming election. Secondly, part of Vote Forward's goal of 15 million letters, which we surpassed. Let's aim for 17 million. We could do it. Thirdly, it is a highly effective activity that can be done safely from home, no matter where you live. So what letters are we writing? Alex, do you have your letters with you?
You better believe it.
Amazing. So hopefully it looks something like this on the right?
It looks precisely like that.
Oh my gosh, are you writing to Taylor Johnson as well? That's
for sure.
Taylor's gonna get all the love tonight. So that is what your letter is going to look like on the right. Once you have registered through Vote Forward and you've downloaded your letters, it's gonna look a little something like that. Something I wanna point out at the bottom, that is the name of the voter that you're writing to, Taylor Johnson. You're gonna write, Dear Taylor at the top. I am just reminding you of this because I had a friend who wrote 300 letters and she was going off the master list and not the specific letters, and she messed it up. So she had to get some white out. I don't know exactly what she did, or maybe she just cut the bottom of the letters off so that the address wasn't on the wrong person thing. But that's something that I want to point out to you. Definitely make sure to look at the bottom of your page and make sure that you are writing to the voter that is there.
I probably would have done that, so I'm glad that and then I would have had to have contacted a powerful witch to undo everything, and it would have, so I'm glad you said something. Thank you.
It's just too messy. We don't need witches involved. We don't.
No.
So make sure to look out for that. What letters are we writing? First and foremost, nonpartisan. Their official form letter customized for each voter, personalized with a note from a volunteer, that's you, and mailed tomorrow for maximum impact. So Vote Forward worked really, really hard to come up with this date, which is why we haven't sent letters before or after this date. We picked October 17th because that is the date that was going to be the most effective. Writing letters. Okay, so how do we do it? We want to make sure we write in English. Print is recommended. Blue ink if preferred. Do you have your pen?
I have it's so funny. I have a blue pen. Oh. It is a Pilot G207. You know and love it. This puppy right here will, there it is. Oh baby. Wow,
we got the zoom and everything.
It's like I'm like a makeup blogger on YouTube, where they do this thing.
Have to do the thing, yeah.
Yeah, that thing. Anyway, it's blue and it's ready to write.
Great. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Ready. You have your letters, you have your blue pen, nailing it. Good. So you have your blue pen, nonpartisan, relatively concise. This part is hard for me because I tend to want to just like ramble on. I get really excited about writing letters. And so my few sentences turns into a paragraph. We don't want that. Just keep it short and cute, nice and concise is going to be the perfect statement. Partial or full name is great. Whatever your, voter at the bottom says. If you want to just write Taylor, that's absolutely fine. I recommend just writing for you when you sign off, just write your name and your last initial. Whoa, Billy wrote this letter. Look at that. Taylor is one lucky voter. Billy wrote this letter. I wish I could read what the letter said.
I know. Well, you'd be receiving, imagine though, you'd be receiving a letter from like one of the country's like last real rock stars, you know what I mean? That'd be very cool. Maybe
I
they'll
know.
put it on eBay and then we'll have to figure that out. But
I know. I guess Billy would have to write his full name though. So
that's true. That's true.
We'll see. We'll check in with him and see what he thinks.
It's up to Billy.
All right. So what do we write in our letters? This is the part that people get most hung up on, but it really is simple. Again, nonpartisan. Don't mention any candidates. Positive messaging is going to be the most effective. And you can mention general issues that are important to you because we do want it to be a personal letter, right? Some examples here on the right. In America, we value our democracy. That's why I exercise my right to vote every time. I vote because together our voices can be louder than dark money. I vote because when all our voices are heard, we can find solutions to our country's problems. And this next one I really, really like. I have 2 young boys, and I believe the choices we make now are going to have a huge impact on their lives. If we don't vote, we let other people decide for us. Whoa. So this person not only made it really personal, but also raised the stakes for this election and said, don't let anyone else decide for you. Decide for yourself. I really love that.
I do too.
Yeah, and this last one is really great as well. Voting is a great equalizer. The richest billionaire in America gets just 1 vote, the same as me. Heck yeah, love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alex, what do you plan on writing on your letter?
Yes, well, so that there was inspiring. I'm not sure if you noticed, my cat has been pulling focus. She's there sitting in the windowsill. So Penny, this is not about you. This is about your father. So I'm going to keep, no, I'm kidding. However, if you see movement in the back, it is in fact my cat, which just proves that we're writing these letters from home, which is something you can do. How about that? Anyway, so messages I plan to write. So I've spent a lot of time kind of from the shows I've worked on in the past, there are a lot of younger fans, and I've heard a lot of people, a lot of young people, you know, maybe they're like 17 and they just are going to miss out on being old enough to vote. So I like to think about voting not only for my interests, but for their interests, because these people are young, they're so passionate, they care so very much. But it's just stinks that they're you know, just young enough to not be able to vote in the election, because of course you have to be 18 years old. So I'm voting for them, and I'm voting for the future. So I think I'm voting for the future of this country, for my interests, for their interests, and to try to vote for the people who are going to be living in this country the longest, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love that was personal to your experience with young people.
Mm-hmm.
You can get even more personal. Like, what issues are important to you? Climate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love climate. Definitely. I love talking about climate. I think we're not spending anywhere near enough time talking about it as a country. And as we know, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing we have to deal with. And again, it's something I'm concerned about. Again, it's something that I know that these younger people are concerned about, because we have to make these changes soon for the environment and for climate in order for us to pull ourselves out of the tough situation we're in. So I love talking about that. I think even more personally, I plan to vote, you know, for candidates who want to help the arts sector of this country. You know, a lot of people who are on this call right now, myself included, make our living in the arts, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, especially here in New York City. And we're all out of work, and we could use some help to keep these theaters open and to make sure that the arts can come back to New York and the country in a fair and equitable way. So I plan on voting for candidates who do that too. So maybe I'll write something about that. Darn it.
I really love that. That's good. Bringing the arts into the mix is so great and personal to you as well. I love that. Let's talk about quickly how voting makes you feel, because now we've talked about the things that are important to us and why we vote. Now tell me what it feels like to vote. Maybe that's something that you could put in your letter as well. Yes,
voting rocks. Dude, I mean, like it really does. I mean, it sounds like it's not, it's like, I don't know, I'm just voting. I write it down, I throw it into the void. But like in my experience, it doesn't feel like that. Like it's the time that we as citizens get to, I don't know. So I feel like so much of the world is kind of built around making the individual kind of feel like we can't we can't actually do something, but you can and you do. And elections, since the dawn of time, have been decided by sometimes very few voters. So I think it feels really good. Every time I've ever voted, I always leave. It feels like the sun is shining a little brighter that day. I feel like I've done my duty for myself, for my country, for the people I care about, and for, again, the future of this country and the direction I want it to move in.
Yes, I love that. Empowerment, civic duty, those are important things to mention as well. So with all of that being said, what does your letter look like? Can we combine a few of these things that you've thought of and make it into a short and concise little messaging?
Definitely. So I think I would say something like, yo, my dude, what's up? I'm voting. I'm voting because it feels good. I'm voting for the future of our country and the young people who are not yet old enough to vote. So I'm voting for someone other than myself. And I'm voting for the climate, and I am voting to help ensure that the industry I care about, which is the entertainment industry, the arts industry, can come back and recover from everything that's happening quickly, efficiently, and equitably.
Yes. Thriving.
I'll probably make that even shorter though too, and maybe I'll draw like a dog or something, because people like dogs. I don't know.
Why don't you draw your cat? What do you have against cats?
I'll draw my cat.
There you go. So that's something that's sort of similar to what I write. I usually write, I vote in every election because my voice matters. I have it memorized because I've written so many, but because my voice matters. I used to think that my voice had no place in politics, but that was far from the truth.
Yes.
Every single person gets just one vote, even the richest person in this country, which means that we all have a say in how the future of our country is run. So let's use our superpower of choice and vote November 3rd together. Empowering, it's good, it's personal to me. I mentioned how I thought that I didn't have a voice in politics, or really that my vote or my voice didn't matter. And I've seen the power of coming together, and I know the power of my voice now. Yes, good. So I'm glad we have similar messaging. It's good, it's positive. Okay, moving on. So tonight and tomorrow, check to make sure that each letter is written to the voter listed at the bottom of the letter and matches the address on the envelope. I already reminded you of that, so you're all good to go. Seal and stamp each envelope. Mark your letters as prepared and vote forward. This part is really important and people tend to forget this. So make sure that you go to your dashboard on Vote Forward after you sign in. All of those voters that you have adopted, you want to move them over to prepared so that they're all good to go, okay? And then October 17th, that's tomorrow, you're done with all of your letters by then. That is when you mail them. After that point, you're gonna mark all of them as sent in your dashboard. So you'll go back, mark them as sent tomorrow, October 17th. And there's the link right there, voteforward.org/dashboard. Okay, don't forget it's votefwd.org. Cool. All right, and we just have a couple weeks until the election day. Obviously, a lot of people have already voted. Alex, have you voted yet? Have you sent in your ballot, or did you?
I have not voted. I specifically am doing the whole, I have an absentee ballot, and I'm going to vote early and drop it off. I've already researched where I can do that. So I just have it. When early voting happens, I stroll up and I say, here you go, my friend. And they will say goodbye. And I will say, how's your day? And they'll say, please leave. And I'll say, okay. And then it's going to rock.
It's gonna rock. I love it. I love that you already have a plan. So if you don't have a plan already, make sure that you do, whether that's in person, by mail, or absentee, or early, like Alex. So make sure you have a plan. But also, after you finish writing your letters, don't stop there, right? We have a couple weeks until the election. Here's some things that you can do. Phone bank. All right, you're ready. You've written your letters. You've formed your statement. You've taken a quick moment just to recognize your personal stakes in this election, what's important to you, and how to empower someone else to vote. Why don't you just talk to someone on the phone? It's not that bad. So just go ahead and sign up. Don't even think about it. seriously, just do it. First time, I know the jitters are there because I felt them too my first time. Just go to the link, go to the lastweeksend.org and sign up for a shift. Just do it. Maybe bring a friend with you so that you have a little bit of accountability. That might be good. And I promise you won't regret it. It is really empowering to talk to people on the phone. Alex, have you phone banked before?
I have phone banked. I would agree that it's kind of scary at first, but it quickly, kind of like anything, it's like scary at first, and then you start to do it, and then you're like, okay, whatever, it's not that big a deal. I actually suggest if you want to do it with some friends, and obviously, you know, the situation being what it is, why don't you open up a Zoom call with you and your friends? You put yourselves on mute. You pledge to make calls for 15 minutes, and then afterwards, you all pour a drink and tell stories about what your phone bank experience was like. You finish that drink and you say, we're going back in, and you go back in.
I love that idea. That's so great. It just takes that accountability up to the next level because you're seeing each other make calls.
Yeah.
And then you have that little break. I think that moment's also really important, just to kind of take a little break and talk about the conversations that you've had. Some people are going to have a really great experience, and some are going to be so great. Maybe no one answers. That happens to me a lot, actually. Maybe someone will hang up, but that's fine. That's the beauty of phone banking, is you just like move from one number to the next. You have no time to sit in your feelings about it. You just move on, right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, that's it. That's all that I have. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you. Can I just show you something that?
Yeah, show me.
So I did, in fact, draw my cat. I'm not sure if you can see. So I'm going to practice. I'll draw her a few times before we start writing the letters so that I can include her.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
Good job. It's
Thank
looking
you.
great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Days ago, I had a conversation with my good friend and agent provocateur, Michael Moore, and we sat with Steve Pearson and Mariah Craven, who are Swing Left's How We Win podcast hosts, and had a very interesting conversation. And here are some highlights.
Michael Moore is a documentary filmmaker, author, activist, and the host of the Rumble with Michael Moore podcast. We're also joined by Tony Award-winning director Michael Mayer, who wrote and directed the musical American Idiot, and also directed Michael Moore's one-man show on Broadway, The Terms of My Surrender. Michael and Michael, attorneys at law, it feels like I should say. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for chatting about this upcoming, or the letter writing party.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for all that Swing Left has done, is doing. Everybody out there who's on board with Swing Left. It's such an important group. And I don't know if you've talked about this, but back in 2018, I mean, Swing Left played an important role in getting the House back in the hands of the Democrats and getting a whole lot of new people out to vote who hadn't voted before. So congrats to you.
Oh,
thank you.
What a huge compliment.
Yeah. And a lot of people, as you said, worked really, really hard to flip the House, and thank goodness we did. Well, you've said this more than just about anyone else, but we know that this modern GOP paved the way for a Trump presidency. And
he did not fall out of the sky. Trump
right.
didn't just happen. We have this. He's the final. He's actually the end result of what it should be after all these years of allowing Republicans, of allowing Wall Street, of allowing bigots and racists to have their way and have their say, and to control women, and to where women still do not have an equal rights amendment, still are not paid the same as men, that we've allowed this, we've paved the way for him, and he walked right into a country, not of his making, but of our making, that we didn't stand enough for women, that we didn't stand enough for our Black citizens. We didn't stand enough. And so he just waltzed right into that. And we need some serious soul searching to do. One way to redeem ourselves is to remove him, get Joe Biden in there, and Kamala Harris. And I say this to my fellow progressives who are still, I understand why you're upset, and Bernie, we all worked hard for Bernie and all that. But seriously, you know the moment we're in. This is the end. This is the end. 4 more years of this, that's it, my friends. And it's not just me saying that. Anybody who's studied this, any historian who studied this, knows that we are literally at the final step. And if we sit back, if we sit this one out, we will regret this so horribly. So I'm really encouraging everybody to show up. Flip the Senate. How about that? Okay, you don't like Biden that much, fine. But you show up, flip the Senate. How about this? Why do you want to leave the squad alone? Why do you want to leave AOC and Rashida and now they're going to double or triple their squad in this election? Why leave them without the support that they need? We have to show up, and it isn't always, we always don't get our way. I don't like broccoli. I think I'm alive today because I'm eating broccoli. So I'm just saying, if Biden is your broccoli, eat it, vote. You can't sit this out. You can't do this. And that's why people like me and Bernie and Noam Chomsky and go down Cornell West, but we're all on the record. We're out there, we're voting for Biden, and we're bringing 10 people with us. Every one of us, and you all watching this have to do this too. You have to bring people with you. You've got to make sure everybody votes and make it fun, make it a thing, make it a lunchtime party, make it a party that night. Back in Flint, we used to do this thing where we'd have a party on election night, and anybody that showed up with an I voted sticker got in for free. So there was free beer, and we got like one of the used car dealers to just donate a car. And we do a raffle of everybody. They take their I voted sticker off, put their name on it, we put it in, and we draw out the name, and you could possibly win a car. I mean, that's sounds crazy and probably illegal, but my point is that we've got to make this happen. We got to make it fun, and we got to make sure everybody's off the bench. And what I was saying earlier about 100 million don't vote. But a lot of them are people who are just so upset. I understand it. They don't like either party. They don't like either candidate. And they stay at home as an act almost of civil disobedience. Because I believe most people that don't vote love their country. I believe they love this country. And it's got to pain them. It's got to kill them. You have to sit it out. And especially this year. I want to hold my hand out to you, anybody who's watching this, who just gave up on voting. Come back with me, just this once. If you don't like it, if it turns out to be a big scam, okay, fine, I won't bug you next time. But just this once, let's do this together. Let's show Trump and these people who have hurt our country how much power we actually hold. It's the thing they're the most scared of. That we, the people are going to decide who's going to run this country. And yes, you could be cynical about it. You could say, oh, no, they're doing this. They took the mailboxes out. They did. Yes, and yes. Okay, you got it all out. Now let's go vote. What are they going to do? Stand at the the polling place door and not let us in? Do that. And well, we'll see how our fellow Americans respond to that. We're the majority of this country. We are the majority. The majority of Americans take the progressive position on just about every issue, whether it's equal pay for women, whether it's choice, whether it's climate change, raise the minimum wage. Our fellow Americans are with us on all of these issues, and that's the good news. That's the good. We're in the majority, and I know you're worried, and you've got a lot of problems with our fellow Americans. Washington posted this story a while back, and the point of the story, it said, we're not a nation of gun nuts. As bad as gun violence is in this country, as much as we need to correct it, they pointed out that 78% of Americans do not own a gun. 78% of us do not own a gun. 3% of us own half the guns. That's scary. But it's 3%, not the majority. We're not in Nazi Germany yet, folks. We have a chance right now to grab our country, wrap our arms around it, and say, hang on, we're going to get you back. And we're going to get you to be the country we always knew we could be.
Mic drop.
Yeah, that's so beautifully said. What else could you add? I want to go back to the idea, though, of making voting fun, because Michael Mayer, you're helping make volunteering fun by helping us put together the Swing Left virtual American Idiot themed letter writing party.
Right. So everything that Mike just said, that's the goal for tonight. I'm so glad that you were here with us, Mike, to share that, because that's you've said it better than I possibly could. But the idea is to take that energy and take that idea and put it into writing letters to remind people from your own perspective, from your own experience and your own heart, and communicate why it's important for those people to get out and vote, in particular in those swing states where the vote really, really counts.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate everything that you all are doing, and like Michael said, that everyone's doing. We all have our circle of influence. We all have people we can reach out to and connect with. We end our podcast with the same question for all of our guests. So one final question, and you touched on this before so beautifully, Michael. What gives you hope for the future?
And now a special performance of Wake Me Up When September Ends, performed by John Gallagher Jr., Stark Sands, and Michael Esper.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass, 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends. Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Ring out the bells again, like we did when spring began. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I lost. Wake me up when September ends. innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass. 20 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. 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 When September ends.
And now, hosting a short game of American Idiot Trivia, cast member Miguel Cervantes, also known for his role as Alexander Hamilton in Hamilton, Chicago, is joined by participants Rebecca Naomi Jones, Christina Sajos, Mary Faber, Leslie McDonald, ALYSHA UMPHRESS, and Libby Winters.
Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to American Idiot Swing Left Trivia. Everyone you see right now is a member of the original Broadway cast of American Idiot. I'm your host, Miguel Cervantes. Our contestants are Rebecca Naomi Jones. Give a little wave, Rebecca. Christina Sajou. Say hello, Christina. Yes, yes, with style. We have Mary Faber. Mary Faber, a double twinkle hands. We have Leslie McDonald. There she is. There she is. Miss ALYSHA UMPHRESS. With yes, super style and with a brand new hairdo, which we have all commented on vigorously. Libby Winters. Right.
Yes.
So welcome to all the girls from the original Broadway company of American Idiot. Here's how the game's going to work. We're going to have a bunch of trivia questions about the show, about American Idiot on Broadway, and it's very, very simple. I will ask all the questions. When I finish asking the questions, you will buzz. How do you buzz, you ask? You're going to wave your hands crazy and say something like, buzz. At the end of the trivia night, I will announce the winner, and you will get a round-trip ticket to New Jersey, to my house. I will sign this Hamilton playbill, and I'll give it right to your hand. So don't everybody line up at first. Don't everybody line. You can sell it on eBay for about $4.
That was the prize.
And 95 cents. All right.
Nice. Bye, guys.
I'm gonna try now.
Who's ready?
I know.
Who's ready for some American Idiot trivia?
On.
Did it. Okay. Question number 1. At the top of the show, what 2 things were suspended above the stage? Libby Winters.
A car and the extraordinary girl, Sajou.
Hey, ding, 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 ding. That is the correct answer. For a bonus question, who can tell me the color and style of car?
Lost me a style.
Libby Winters again.
A blue Mustang.
Possibly. Christina?
Red Cadillac.
A red Cadillac.
Perk.
This is getting good. This is getting good. Any other answers?
Bus.
Leslie McDonald.
Blue Ford.
A blue Ford. The correct answer is we have no idea, but those are all great answers. Question number 2. How many official performances did the original on-stage Broadway company have together?
Oh, wow.
Buzz.
ALYSHA UMPHRESS buzzes.
Probably like barely any. Probably like 45.
45 is an answer.
right.
Okay, Christina is buzzing.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 35.
35. Libby Winters.
I'm going to say 10.
10. Leslie McDonald.
I'm gonna say 17.
17.
Like Price is Right.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you've all gone over. So if we're in Price is Right, you would all lose.
Whoa.
The correct answer is 0.
Oh.
What?
Chase was hurt before opening. He tore his meniscus, if we all remember this, and he was out. And
Opening
Declan went out before Chase came back.
Oh.
Then Josh
Josh
Henry
Henry
left
left.
before Declan came back. So the original Broadway company
Never.
never performed together on
Wow.
stage.
That is some
That
lore.
was devastating.
I just got chills. Wow.
Which character Trek had the most number of replacements during the Broadway run?
Buzz,
Alicia?
St. Jimmy.
St. Jimmy is correct. Bonus question. Can someone here name all the human beings who played St. Jimmy?
Buzz.
Leslie.
Okay, there's Tony Vincent, there's Billy Joe Armstrong, there's Davey Havok, there's Melissa Etheridge, there's PJ Griffith. Is that it?
Understudies count?
Andrew Cole. Oh shit.
Josh Kovac?
Constantine.
Your face was like,
Constantine. For both. Who said Constantine?
Christina.
Christina.
Gotta get points for that.
Leslie gets 200 points and Christina
Totally
gets
that.
100 for Constantine.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
In the song Before the Lobotomy, it features soldiers in a field hospital. Which of the following words do they not sing? Dreaming, waiting, singing, laughing.
Beep.
Libby Winters with the quick beep.
Singing.
Singing. Let's go to the second beep, which was Leslie McDowell.
Waiting?
Waiting is the correct word.
Oh.
They say sing. What do they not say? They do not
Waiting.
say waiting.
That's a whole other song.
That's the whole other song that we sang
I
earlier.
definitely remembered that wrong.
Yeah,
That gets its own feature.
let's close in that song. Okay. How many times does the company say hey in the song Holiday?
Buzz.
Rebecca with the buzz.
75.
75. Okay. All right. 75.
Buzz.
Buzz.
I don't know. 74.
Rude.
Bang.
And Christina,
I'm gonna go with 19.
19. 19. We have 19 and then 75. The actual number is 27, Christina. 27 A's. That includes all of the ones that were really drawn out at the end that were way too high for most of us to sing. Now, we're going to move on to a political question. How much do you think Joe Biden paid in federal income tax in 2019?
Buzz.
Yes, that's
I
it.
think it was like 300,000.
300,000. That is a great answer. It is exactly $300,000 in taxes.
Wow.
And on that same subject, how much did Donald Trump
Buzz.
pay?
750.
Everyone, yes, everyone knows that. Everyone gets 10 points for that question.
Yeah.
We all know that one. Listen, I need to know something that costs approximately the same amount of money that Donald Trump paid in taxes.
Buzz. A
Libby?
used MacBook Pro.
Gently used MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Yep, that's on the list. Back to American Idiot. How many temporary tattoos did the cast member Stark Sands have on his body every night?
Buzz.
Alicia.
6.
6 is the first guess.
5.
Libby with 5.
I'm gonna go with 7.
Christina with 7. I'm gonna take one more guess.
4.
4. The correct answer is 13.
Whoa.
13 different tattoos. Speaking of tattoos, Green Day frontman Billy Joe Armstrong gave a few members of the cast tattoos. Can anyone tell me how many and what they were?
Buzz.
Alicia with the quick one.
Theo. I know Theo he has an X and an O on his thumbs.
Correct.
Like right here.
Correct.
And Gerard.
Gerard.
Rage.
One arm.
Rage.
Ray, that,
Love.
yep.
Yeah.
Rage and
Different
love,
from
rage and
yours.
love. All right. In September 2010, Billy Joe Armstrong joined the show for a 1-week run as St. Jimmy. On 2 occasions, and without warning, Billy Joe ran off stage into the audience. Can anyone name the 2 items that he brought back with him on these 2 occasions? Libby with a quick buzz.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers,
Jack Daniels.
and Jack Daniels. Both of these are correct. For bonus points, can you tell me what you did on stage while he did that? Anyone?
We held the end pose of St. Jimmy.
We stayed like this.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun. And they were screaming and they kept screaming. And we started looking at each other like, what do we do? And off he went to come back with a bottle of Jack Daniels, put it in his mouth, and then poured it in Johnny's mouth.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It was rock and roll, baby, rock and roll. I think he
Harder
might have
and
gotten in
harder.
trouble for that, which is why the next time it was Twizzlers. Okay, now we're going to move on, and we're on to our lightning round questions. The first person who answers that I hear, I will pick. In the song Holiday, who is the bus driver?
Hey, Brian Charles Johnson.
Libby. In the out-of-town run in Berkeley, California, Stephen Hoggett choreographed a fabulous dance that didn't make it to Broadway. What piece of furniture
couch dance.
did it?
couch dance.
ALYSHA with
Yes.
100 points. Lightning round question, last one. What real-life American idiot was featured in the first minute of the show and also showed up on
You're fired.
So, the final question. I'm going to need everyone to give me a little bit of space between you and your camera. You may have to move a little bit here. So if you can stand up, that would be best. This question is worth 1,000 points. The winner of this question will probably win the game. Will probably win the game. You know what I'm saying? I need you ready? To do the American Idiot dance break from the opening number of our show. Ready? Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. That
I think I did it perfect.
was fantastic.
I obviously won.
I think
I don't know.
Everyone-
I think Leslie's was very accurate.
there were some very accurate, like on the beat. It was the heads with, and who did, there was like the thing on the side.
We all hit this though.
Yes. Special points to me for my mouth guitar.
That was nice.
We're gonna say that Libby came in.
Wait.
Came in only because everyone who participated in that dance break gets 1,000 points, and because Libby came on strong at the beginning. Congratulations, Libby Winters. You have won American Idiot Trivia.
OMG.
Libby, you're going to the room where it happens.
I can't.
So that's all from American Idiot Trivia. Miguel, rock and roll boyfriend, signing off. Thank you to everybody for coming out. You ladies, the girls were wonderful. We love you. Mwah. Good night, everybody. Congratulations, Libby.
Wow. A big congratulations to Libby, our American Idiot Trivia winner. And now I am excited to introduce an energizing choreo routine with American Idiot Associate Choreographer and Dance Captain, Lauren Latera.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Latero, and I'm here to teach you a little bit of Stephen Hoggett's brilliant choreography from American Idiot, the musical. You can go to track number 2 in the soundtrack. This is Jesus of Suburbia, and we're in at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Stephen created this movement of kids sort of breaking out, busting out, using their frustration to get physical. They didn't know what else to do. Sort of feels like right now, right? So the first move you're going to do is you're going to take your left elbow and you're going to take it up, and then you're going to whack your knee like this. The second move you're going to do, you're going to jump down and kick and punch through a wall. The next move you're going to do, you're going to wrap your hips and roll them up. Yeah? So putting that together, you have 1, 2, 3. Okay? In between these moves, you have these little rocks to the right. center right, center right, center right. You can rest your hands on your thighs, and it looks like this. Rock, 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 kick, rock, 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 push up, yeah? Next move after that, you're gonna jump and punch through the sky, like punching through a glass ceiling. Next move after that, you're gonna kick really hard to the back, like a donkey kick. And you're gonna circle all the way around, lift your chest to the sky, take your arms to the right, grab somebody's head, you decide whose head, and bash them into your knee, okay? After that, you bash them into your knee. Then, something's on your head, maybe it's a fly, and you push it off, yeah? Last move after that, you take this like you're taking a samurai sword out of your back, and you go down. Cool? In between there are these little rocks to the right. So you've got rock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 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 Rock, 2, 3. Here we go. Donkey kick, rock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab the head, rock, 2, 3, 5, 6. Get the fly, rock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Samurai. Then, when we put the music on, we're gonna do it all together fast. Okay, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see how it goes. You guys ready? Here we go. 2, 3, get your rock on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock. 7, 8. Push. Hips. Down and jump. Donkey kick. Grab the head. Fly. Samurai double time. Try it with me. And rest. Good job. Go out and vote, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. It makes my neck hurt just watching you do that. Welcome back. I'm here with Michael to introduce the final performance segment of the night and to set it up for you. As you know by now, Billie Joe Armstrong joined the show as St. Jimmy a few different times. The first time he did it was in late September 2010. Our sound engineer, Dave Dignazio, secretly recorded Billie's final performance on October 3rd, 2010. So this, what you're about to hear, has never been heard before, except for the people that were in the room that night. And Billie opened the final number, which is Good Riddance, with this impromptu serenade to his experience on Broadway and his farewell to Broadway. It's really special, and I hope you enjoy it.
And hopefully, when all of our letters go out and reach their destination and get everybody to the polls, we will all be bidding good riddance to the current resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
So here is Good Riddance from October 3rd, 2010.
I left my blood like bullets over Broadway. The fire of the footlights at the St. James, with broken legs and roses over New York. These goodnight songs of long lost love and war. But I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive like suicide. So good night, New York. Another turning point, a fork in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this ass and don't ask why. It's It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life.
So take the photographs that still frames in your mind. Hang it on the shelf in good health and good time.
Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. That was awesome. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you for writing these letters. I've been reading the chat. It's been pretty awesome to be a part of this. Thank you. I want to thank Tiana. I want to thank Swing Left for hosting. Do not forget that you've got to mail your letters tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. Take your letters, take your stack, walk over to the post office and drop them in. And you don't have to stop there. There are still 18 days left until this election. The next way to make a difference is phone banking. And for more, visit thelastweekends.org. That is thelastweekends.org. And remember, volunteering is always more fun with your friends. You want to see my friends? I want to invite the rest of my American Idiot pals to say hi. Join us. There's Theo, there's Miguel, there's Talia,
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
Gabriel.
Let me in.
Get in. Turn the video on.
Let me in.
My video
won't let me in either. Won't let me in either.
Let
me in. What is this madness? Let me in. Let me in. What's in the box?
Yes, go for it.
What's in the box?
Hi, Jimbo.
Send those letters.
No, they won't let me in.
You better write those letters.
I can hear people that aren't in there.
Stop
but
this
as
thing.
the host,
What? Hold up the
please,
letters.
please go vote.
Guys, let me in.
Vote.
I'm not in control, man. I hear you.
Let me in.
I see you.
Let me in, bro. Let me in.
There we go. Hi, Rebecca. Oh,
Hi.
there she
Hey,
is.
here I am.
Hey, Matt.
What I'm doing right now is scandalous.
Wait, am I in?
Baby. Thank you,
Yes,
Kat.
just keep trying. It will
Am I
happen.
in?
Oh
There.
gosh, Theo. Hi.
Tommy.
Mary, Leslie.
Hey. What's up, DeAngelis? What's
You guys are so great.
Yeah,
Let me tell
D'Angelis.
you.
Wait, I'm confused. How do I get in?
Yo, now
You're in. We hear you. Just wait for the video to start.
Question
There's
video. Over and
Gerard,
over.
Christine. Yes.
Video won't start. So Ben's right here.
Oh,
Ben's
here.
here.
Wait.
Here comes Ben. There he is.
I think I broke it.
No, you're there. We see you. Hi, Ben.
I got your
Good job,
email
everybody.
Hi guys.
I can't get in.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Yes. There it is.
The host has stopped my video.
Angeles. Jake, what's up, brother?
There we go.
What's up, man? Hey.
Hey, you guys
How
did a
good
really
you
good
guys?
job with this. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it was
It
awesome.
was really good.
Yeah, it was really great.
Congratulations to Livy.
Yes.
Big win for Livy.
Winner.
Big win.
Big winner. Big winner.
She owes you dinner,
Big win.
Chuck.
Good chat.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yes.
Really?
Cheers, everybody. Good job, Stark. Way to go, Stark.
Well done,
Michael.
Stark. Well done, Michael.
Mayor, Stark. Congratulations.
Yeah,
guys.
Michael.
You guys rock. Hey, cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Stark.
Love hugs.
Let's do this.
Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
Gemma.
Hi,
Carmi.
Caramel.
Hey. Well done, you guys. That was awesome. Stocky.
Army.
Congrats.
That was amazing. Amazing.
Thank
I
you.
felt feelings. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hi, Roger.
Hi, Raj.
Raj.
Aw.
It's basically just like.
Oh God.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. That's what we all need for Theo.
Yo.
Mix. Do.
What did I do?
We're all just
We
staring at
went
each
into
other.
space.
Yeah.
there a little bit, buddy. It was crazy.
Are we
We
still?
all
Are
look
we still
just
with all
as
the
young
people?
as we did.
We're live. Say hi to the fans. Hi,
All the
fans.
people are still here.
fans.
Guys,
Yes.
all the people are still
Hi,
here. Yeah, we're just talking.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hi,
And there's
people.
still 370 people. Well, it's 368.
Stark, now everybody knows I make bootlegs.
Yes, they do.
Uh-oh.
Thanks.
We're
It was
talking. Hi,
very
people.
beautiful, Diggs.
You're
Thanks
in
for
trouble
doing
now.
that.
Pigs, they sounded awesome, man. That last really great.
Thanks. We'll try to get you guys. I think maybe we can get them the copies, huh?
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
How
That
about
would
we
be
get
awesome.
some of my sweet guitar solos in there one time? What?
I'm just waiting for Swing Left to text me and tell me that it's time to sign off. So you
It's
guys
over.
watching, that's when we'll sign off.
No,
Otherwise,
this
enjoy this commentary.
people watching. Let's not sign off.
Yeah. This is the director's cut. This is the bonus footage.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yes.
Commentary.
For the stragglers.
Yeah.
Yes, Casey.
Do you have any like
This
questions?
is, this is a bit of core memorabilia.
Oh.
This is all the cast signatures and quotes from the show.
So
Ooh.
good. Nice. I love it.
Somewhere I have the
Oh.
bass of the guitar that Billy smacked on Tony night. I have that somewhere here. I don't know. So much memorabilia on this.
Here's Brandon Calm's contribution.
What did I put?
Right, guys. I got the
This is
word.
the Gallagher guitar.
That's it.
That's
All
the
right.
Gallagher, part of the Gallagher guitar.
Ah,
No way.
Thank you again, Starkey.
You're welcome.
It's awesome.
Thank you all for participating.
Well done, Stark.
Everybody.
Enjoy your rest now, Stark.
Go
Thank you.
vote. Go vote.
Let's vote this thing.
Phone bank,
text bank, vote Save America.
Love y'all. Save America.
Love y'all.
Adopt a state. Adopt a state. It's one of the best things you can do.
Do it.
No more Trump, please.
Absolutely.
Don't want it anymore.
Get closer,
Theo,
Theo.
please win Theo.
I want Theo to be the last face that we see.
No doubt.
Just the inside of Theo's mouth for the people. Good.
Vote. You're gonna live in here. You
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. No private Zoom.
Oh man, I'm looking at these chat messages. They're very sweet.
Yeah, everyone's chatting about it.
Attractive.
This meant a lot to a lot of people, you guys. This show we did.
It meant a lot to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I just realized I was muted. I got a request to unmute.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, girls and Stark, it was in the comments a lot that Chase did play St. Jimmy on Broadway.
That's
Remember
right.
we were talking about it that night? We
Oh,
couldn't-
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but I wasn't sure.
Miguel
Remember either.
hijacked that question.
What?
The question was how many official St. Jimmy's were there,
Yeah,
not understudies. So Miguel allowed that, but then That's his fault for missing that.
Wow, sir. The claws are out.
The claws are out.
Had a couple
I always
beers.
blame Miguel for things.
I'm not surprised, but still sort of surprised that no one from the original cast did it together.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Everybody
On
was getting hurt.
I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
Previews, though. Previews. All about the previews, baby.
Wait, and then wait, Chase got hurt the week before previews?
Yeah.
Or the last week of previews.
Well, no, the last week of previews. He did previews with us. Then he was injured because of the meniscus.
That when Shawn Michael Murray came in? Who came in?
No, Wing.
Murray?
Wing was later.
Yeah.
No, Sean was Chase's.
Yeah, Sean was Chase's.
Sean was placed. Yeah, he was a replacement.
It's weird because there's not
Oh, I guess it was Shawn Michael Murray. Yeah.
Right.
Is that right?
At the very end.
That's right.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
gallery, like the thing where there's video.
ALYSHA, we hear you.
Hi,
I'm trying to get in, but I can't figure out how to get
I
in.
know. It's a mess.
I don't. The thing is that there is no gallery view. Like it doesn't matter. Hi guys.
Hi, ALYSHA.
Hi, ALYSHA.
That was amazing.
Woo, thank you so much. Best I've ever looked.
See you, oh, the puppy.
Ben, that face you were making in that picture was something else.
Standard. I just wanted to give something to the people.
The people got what you needed them to get.
You always did.
Probably how you guys all remember me too, really.
Screaming in my ear.
That photo of you jumping over the couch is actually how I remember you. Just flying.
Couch.
The couch
I want to
ballet
thank
was
Doug
the
Hamilton for
greatest-
giving me those pictures.
The couch ballet was the greatest ever.
Oh man, was it?
Yeah, I loved it.
So hard.
I just love that they're letting us go, you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah. That's great.
With an audience.
Are there like facts we can give them? Is there other fun facts we can give?
You know, people are asking questions in the chat. If you turn your chat on.
We're gonna answer them.
AMA, baby.
AMA, baby.
Personal questions only.
Tell us about your pets.
Stark, do you age? Drop the moisturizer routine.
Yeah, it's like there's a
Morning
picture of
and night.
Stark getting old in an attic someplace.
Yeah.
Favorite song from the show, asks Caroline Story.
My favorite song from the show will always be Jesus of Suburbia. It's probably in my top 5 favorite Green Day songs of all time. It was my favorite song to do in the show. And I love it so much.
I think What's Her Name is pretty spectacular too.
Yeah, well, I'm a What's Her Name fan.
Yeah,
me too.
Someone
I was
asked
listening to-
how many pairs of glasses does Michael Mayer have?
Yes, I'm so glad you pointed that out. I wanted to know too.
I probably have 30.
Wow.
I would expect less.
But probably only 10 of them are of current prescription.
The other 20 are just like retro, throwback, like.
If only they were retro. They're probably really bad now. I'll let you judge, Theo. I'll bring them to you.
Please, don't tease.
I'll go
Bring them right over. Get a test first.
Get a test first.
Get the test first.
Leave them by the door about like delivery. Just leave.
And wait for
Oh, someone said origin of King of Fuck.
Yeah, we need to hear it. Theo?
Theo.
Oh.
Listen,
It's 7-Eleven parking lot.
I was young, I was drunk, I was excited, and we were doing a photo shoot, and I just said it, and
You were eating Slim Jims.
what are you gonna do? I mean, I can't.
Sure were on top of a couch.
I almost got that tattooed. I'm really glad I didn't.
That was the funniest night, Michael, of all of Berkeley.
I think so, yeah.
Where can we get? There's pictures have to exist somewhere.
I still have half of them, I think, somewhere. Yeah.
I would like to see every bit of footage from that evening.
Doesn't Carol Piddleman have all those pictures?
I'm sure she does.
A lot of pictures, yeah.
She made posters of it.
They thought it, for those of you who don't know, they thought it would be a good idea to give us a bunch of free alcohol and put us in a parking lot in Berkeley and let us go crazy. And they were like, we'll use them as publicity photos.
Awful.
Can't use a single fucking one.
It was good for morale though, honey.
Oh man, that was the best. And the King of Fuck was born.
Yeah.
The King of Fuck was born.
Gerard gave our 10-year-old daughter a drumstick at the end. Her first Broadway show. Now she is studying musical theater at heart.
Hey,
Hey, Gerard.
Life changer.
Oh, Gerard.
I love that.
Gerard's an inspiration.
That's fantastic.
Come on.
Oh.
What was the most exhausting song to do in the show?
Jesus of Suburbia for me.
To live.
Jesus,
To live.
I mean, no, Lauren started doing that in the video, and I had to move away from the screen. It's like PTSD. It's like,
Jesus Suburbia is 9.5 minutes, so it's
Sarah
hard.
DeRupo, I see you and I love you. I'm very glad about that.
But also
9 minutes and 8 seconds.
St. Jimmy was brutal, and I didn't even have to do the chorus stuff. But I remember I have memories of St. Jimmy and Jesus Suburbia multiple nights on Broadway of like White closing in at the end, being like, "This is it," you know.
This is the end.
Going to lose this on stage, and we'll see what happens from there.
What a way to go out.
we all started to live. Like the first 16 counts were hardcore, and then by the time you got to the end, everyone's just kind of barely swaying. It was more of a like a tired drop,
drooling
way. Yeah. Gosh.
And then St. Jimmy, when we were doing that, it was like, hey, who doesn't want to be on their knees? And Brian Johnson immediately was like,
yeah.
Oh, who's filming? He got the filming. That number, man. I forget about that sometimes. I think I blocked it.
Oh, that's right. He did film.
Even
just
Josh
felt-
Henry did a number on his knees on Broadway.
It looks great.
I got hurt on the tour and got to become the camera guy. So
Oh,
Yes.
that was a nice, smart move.
right here, baby.
Smart move.
My cast also decided that Last of the American Girls, we made up our dance break, and one of the moves was a total Russian down to the floor.
Yep.
Oh, that was where all
I think
the
you and 2 other people did it all. I cheated that every time. I couldn't do it.
Somebody
That they
created something too hard.
Sasha, here's the great question for you. Any mishaps during Extraordinary Girl, like unclipping yourself in Berkeley and climbing down?
Oh my
You know
God.
what's funny? I was just there last year, and I looked at that same poll and I was like, what was I thinking? Just
Tell the story though. Tell the story.
Yeah, we need to know.
well, I mean, long story short, as we were there was a malfunction, and we were swinging back and forth, and then I got to the top of the ledge, and I just remember seeing the guy who was operating the machine, because at that time it was all operated through a machine, he had to actually pull the cords. He was just like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, you don't know what to do? He's like, I don't know what to do. Different company from Broadway. He's like, I don't know what to do. I was like, don't worry. I said, don't worry. I'll unclip myself.
You're telling him, don't worry, and you're up there.
I did feel because he did this, I was like, we'll be okay. We got this, and then it was a good prayer all the way down, but it was pretty high.
Climb down the lighting.
You climbed down the entire thing. I mean, come on.
It was like a pole. It was kind of like a fire pole. You just kind of
Christina, do you remember the conversation we had that next day?
Oh yeah, I was almost a goner.
I remember hearing about
that. Goner.
Me too. I remember
you're like, you're a liability. I was like, I understand, but no one told me I wasn't supposed to.
Listen, guys, to get back into it, we all made mistakes back then. Okay?
Yes, that's true.
I was so young.
Yeah.
No.
Michael, no. Private Zoom. Oh, youth.
Yeah.
Youth.
You're all beautiful, and
You are.
Still are, and it's really amazing.
Look at this family you created, Michael.
Yeah.
ALYSHA UMPHRESS raised her hand.
Oh, ALYSHA wants to say something.
Do you see that?
She has a request.
Oh, here it is. What did she say? Alicia? Oh, is she allowed to talk? Yes, Alicia, you're back.
No, it's just the weirdest thing. I was on Zoom literally all day today for 7 hours, and I can't. There's no video option to let me on. It's crazy. I don't get it.
Rude.
Anyway,
I think you know what, Alicia. When I first came on, I was in that same boat, and then like it somehow got switched over. So it might have been like somebody who was operating the actual swing left event.
Oh, okay.
Who could change it up, and then it's just not.
Yeah, you're not a you're not listed as a panelist. Probably you're probably an attendee.
If Swing Left is listening, can you add ALYSHA UMPHRESS as a panelist?
There she is.
Here she is.
Nonetheless.
Where's the baby?
It's like a speakeasy.
Thank you.
I'm trying, and then it's like you cannot start video. Hi, you guys. Oh my god.
I go.
I cried so many times during that whole thing.
I'm really sorry. Your name was on the list. I'm sorry.
No. I cried during the actual thing, not trying to get on. I'm not that fragile.
But you have a new house. Congratulations.
Not yet. See, we got all these boxes, but we're moving soon.
Well done.
In changing the light fixture.
And changing all the light fixtures.
Will Daniel Jackson take me on a date? That's something in the.
Too late.
Oh.
You're on mute.
You're muted.
I will ask my girlfriend. But, you know, she's a little sick of me. Maybe. You know, I don't
He
know.
said yes.
Maybe.
Quinn, don't get a King of Fuck tramp stamp, please.
Do it.
No, don't do that.
Don't do
No,
that.
I support that.
Okay, do it.
So easily swayed.
Oh, Alex, he was saying he's still trying to get it.
There were no children in our show. Who is that?
I mean, I was like 19, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, remember your 21st birthday? Nope.
No, I don't.
Gerard, I remember when Billy Joe found out that you were 19 in Berkeley. He was like, "You're 19, man? Let's fucking date." And putting an entire beer inside your mouth at once.
Yep.
Anyway, la-di-da.
And here we are.
La-di-da. Here we are zooming about it during a national pandemic with the worst president
ever.
Gerard, do you remember our BART ride home after the first preview back to the apartments?
Kind of.
Do you remember what happened?
What happened?
Well, it was our first preview. No, well, maybe I should. It's not.
No. Now you have to.
Okay. Gerard and I we were doing the show in Berkeley, but we were staying in San Francisco, and so we would ride the BART back every night to our house for the show. And we did the first preview, and there was a party, and we were so excited to get through the first preview. It was so much hard work and blood, sweat, and tears. And we went to the party, and everybody knocked back a few beers, having not eaten anything and just done a crazy, extremely intensely physical show. And we knocked back a few beers, and the next thing I knew, Gerard was like, "Oh, Gerard is very drunk. We got to get him back."
Gerard never.
Oh.
Here's what it was. It was not Gerard's fault. What happened was he had a little headache. He had reached into his bag to take an Advil and unknowingly taken a loose Ambien that was in.
Right. I forgot about that.
Gerard, having just done the first preview of American Idiot in Berkeley, had drank a few beers and knocked back an Ambien, and we rode back on the BART together. And you were, I'm gonna be sick, and I was like, "Don't worry." And I looked into my bag, and I had like a Walgreens plastic bag, and I was like, "Take this." And Gerard, I hope you don't mind me telling you this, but you vomited into the bag, and I held on to it for you. And people were looking at us, and I was like, just give us a break here. We did a really intense show. Just leave us alone, okay?
And you have the bag to this day, right?
And
Yeah, he kept
I
it.
remember timing it. We got to the station, and I ran out of the BART train and threw it into the trash, and then ran back into the train before.
I remember that.
And then we went back to San Francisco. I made sure that you got safely back to your housing. And then
See, that's why I don't remember. I like didn't remember it, and now
Yeah.
my memory is jogged.
well, you know, in fairness,
Could have been
alcohol
worse.
will do that to you.
Chances are we were all on a roof later that night anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The
I was
roof
actually thinking about a
in San
Gerard
Francisco.
story too. About how I got crowd surfed because I was like taking up for him. And then the guy suddenly like dropped me at the concert and I fell
on your head.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
Albany, right?
Yes, because the guy thought he thought that Gerard had urinated on his foot, but it was actually beer that you dropped.
Out
And
of
he thought, and I was like, hey dude, I was
Out of
like,
my-
I'll pick
yeah.
on him. And then he picked me up and I was crowd surfing and then someone literally dropped me. And
Right.
I fell asleep on the ground.
And Roger tended to you, didn't he?
Yes. Well, yes, that's right. They were like, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. And I was like, I can't. I'm so tired.
Roger kept asking you what your name was,
I was like,
when you were born, all of that.
it was horrible. But I got your back, Gerard. Always
Thanks, girl. I appreciate you. I'm sorry that happened.
No, I got your
It's
back,
like let's
baby.
invite a bunch of actors to our rock show, and
Just
then we
casually at a Green Day show with access to everything backstage.
Oh.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I
it was
took
great.
Declan's shirt off and put it under a trash can. He was very angry. He was walking around shirtless. He was like, "Where's my shirt?"
Alex Nee raised his hand.
Let me in this chat. Where's my video, man?
Oh,
Alex, are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I've been trying to find the get the video to work.
There you go.
Can we get Chelsea shirt here too?
Oh, good.
Hey,
Chelsea.
I appreciate whoever just fixed that. Thank you.
It was me.
Thank you, Stark. I appreciate you.
Sure, buddy. I'm sorry that happened.
Hey,
Learning
Alex,
as we go.
closer. Alysha's gone again. This is great.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Living and learning.
Everyone's breaking up. Is that? Am I the only one hearing that?
No, I'm hearing it too.
No.
Do we have any other questions?
Can somebody say something? I'm dying here.
Yes, I have a question for the cast.
Yeah.
Because specifically at the very end of the show, I remember headbanging too hard, and I smacked my knee my knee into my nose, and my nose gushed blood, and I didn't stop. I wondered if anybody else ever did that, or is it just me who's an idiot? It's like the bad guy.
Pretty sure I broke my nose doing that.
You feel my pain.
Oh, but the reason that we switched in the beginning of the run, we had glass beer bottles on stage. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was bad.
And in Jesus Suburbia, we cheersed once and we shattered a beer bottle and I sliced my hand open. And then for the rest of the number, you know, especially in the I don't care if you don't, like we touch everybody on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And like the blood got on so many people's shoulders. They were looking at different shoulders to try and, because the song's 10 minutes. And as people were running off stage, they were like, who is bleeding? Like who touched, wait, they were like running through the choreography to try to figure out who had touched who.
Oh my God.
And the next day they were like, there would be plastic beer bottles on stage.
Remember when when we headbanged into each other on the Tonys and his tooth went through my lip?
Oh yeah!
And we were live in the opening number of the Tonys, and I was like, that's salty. I'm bleeding. And I had to go to the nurse's office at the Tonys. I had to sit down in the nurse's office like the whole show.
So punk though. So punk.
Very, very
That rules.
Does someone have the TV on in the background?
Yeah, there's some weird echo or
Someone's got their
something.
TV on.
I'm trying to figure out who it is. I have a question. One of the trivia questions that had to get cut was, what was the most injured part of the body?
The liver.
Yeah.
The liver.
Low back.
It's
And
definitely
liver.
the liver.
Low back and liver.
The liver.
Yeah.
Liver was fair.
It's all about the knees, baby.
Yeah,
How many?
A new one.
Ben, I love you.
How many people got knee surgeries?
What is that sound?
Me? All right, cool.
It's feedback if people leave their microphones on. I think if we all mute unless we're talking, it'll help.
Shut up, Gerard. I'm just kidding.
Captain Gerard.
I'm just gonna go.
Dude, stay.
Stark, are you going to tell them what the most injured part was?
Oh no, we didn't have an answer. It was just this was the way to find out.
Shoulder or liver would be.
It was shoulder. I thought Miguel said it was shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, shoulder it was.
I have a shoulder that's still messed up from Berkeley.
Right here.
The first time I called out was because I hurt my shoulder landing on the bed in one of the songs, and then I woke up the next day and I couldn't turn my head.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I called out of the show.
I remember that.
That was the first time after my bachelor party.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
well,
God.
I got roofied that night, but that's a whole other story.
That night. That night.
It was Theo.
Guys, I've just been told by Swing Left that we have to end this.
Yeah, no, I think that was probably it.
The next. I thought we ended it like half an hour ago. I left and came back.
They gave us all hosting duties, so they can't end it until we all end it. So this is what I'd like you to do. Ben Thompson, would you lead us in a final 1, 2, 3? It's fuck time.
I would love to.
Oh yeah.
Unmute yourselves.
I'll count it and then we'll just do it. Yes.
Perfect.
I love all you idiots.
And then I'm gonna then everybody leave. Get your finger on the leave button.
All right, got it.
On the next episode, we'll hear about the time you got roofied.
What an honor. I hope this is being recorded somewhere.
Meet me on my private Zoom for that story.
I love you all. You're all stupid and I think you're great. Here we go. Last time as idiots. Here we do it. 1, 2, 3.
It's fuck time!
Fuck Donald Trump!
Donald Trump!